Hey everyone, I'm going to go through my book haul from June. Now I'm going to do something a little bit different, and that's split this haul into three different parts. That's because I got a huge amount of books in June. This part is going to cover action, crime, spy, thriller, Western type stuff. And then in future parts, I'll do horror, science fiction, and fantasy. All right, first of all, someone sold me their Executioner collection. So I've got a pretty good run of Executioner books here. Now you'll see sometimes they skip a number, and that's because I already had quite a few as well. So this isn't like a complete run, but I've got quite a lot now. First up, War Against the Mafia. So the first one. Number 2, Death Squad. Then we skip one. Number 4, Miami Massacre. So I already had 3, and I've already read number 3. Um, so some I left there for other people to pick up. I guess I could have just got all doubles. I think I might have 1 or 2 doubles. Number 5, Continental Contract. I don't like these covers. So I'll probably look for upgrades for these ones. I don't like all this empty gray space here. Anyway, that's something to think about way in the future. For now, I'm just happy to have them. Number 6, Assault on Soho. 7, Nightmare in New York. 8, Chicago Wipeout. 'We skip a few. 11, California Hit. 12, Boston Blitz. 13, Washington IOU. These Pinnacle books have the coolest covers. They're the ones that look the nicest. Number 15, Panic in Philly. Number 16, Sicilian Slaughter by Jim Peterson. So this is the only one of the original 38 that was written by a different guy. Number 19, Detroit Death Watch. Number 20, New Orleans Knockout. #21, Firebase Seattle. #22, Hawaiian Hellground. #23, St. Louis Showdown. #24, Canadian Crisis. #25, Colorado Killzone. That one looks awesome. Number 26, Acapulco Rampage. 27, Dixie Convoy. 28, Savage Fire. 29, Command Strike. 30, Cleveland Pipeline. 31, Arizona Ambush. 32, Tennessee Smash. 'This one looks great. 33, Monday's Mob. 34, Terrible Tuesday. 35, Wednesday's Wrath. 36, Thermal Thursday. 37, Friday's Feast. And the last one, written by Pendleton, it's Satan's Sabbath. So number 38 was the last one he wrote before he handed it off to a team of writers who continued the series. So yeah, this is the last one, or the last Pendleton one. Yeah, really happy to have the run of number 1 through to 38, but I thought I'd grab a few more. Number 39, The New War. So you can see he's kind of we're in a new era here. Who did this one? Saul Wernick presumably actually wrote it. Number 40, Double Crossfire. Presumably Stephen Krauser wrote it. And then we've got the Super Bowlin spin-off, Stony Man Doctrine. Written by Dick Stivers, apparently. I thought that was just a house name. Maybe not. Maybe he's a real person. Then we got some more spin-offs. Able Team, Tower of Terror. Probably written by L.R. Payne. Cool. Phoenix Force, Argentine Deadline. I assume written by Robert Hoskins. And last Mac Bolan related thing here. Phoenix Force number 25, Down Under Thunder. The stage is set for an Australian Armageddon. I hope not. Probably written by Paul Glenn Newman, I assume. Yeah, I saw that this person had an Australian themed one. and thought that I had to get that one. All right, awesome. That's all the Macmillan I got. Okay, from another source, I got a huge amount of Edward S. Aaron's books. So mostly the assignment series, of course. But I did get one other Edward S. Aaron's book. It's Gift of Death. So he wrote this one before the assignment series, I think in the late 40s. Looks like a murder mystery. Unfortunately, I don't know, a cat or something has had a bit of a chew of that. But still happy to get it. Assignment to Disaster. That's the first one, right? I did order these, so they're in order, but I forget which one's which. Like, I don't know what numbers they are. Assignment Burma Girl. Assignment Ankara. Assignment Sorrento Siren. Assignment Manchurian Doll. Assignment The Girl in the Gondola. Assignment Black Viking. This one looks cool. Assignment Peking. Assignment Star Stealers. Assignment Tokyo. Assignment Sumatra. Assignment Quail Question. Assignment Black Gold. Assignment Afghan Dragon. Then we're into the Will Be Aaron's era. Assignment Sheba. So these were written by a ghostwriter. I've forgotten the guy's name. So it's not actually Will Be Aaron's. Assignment 13th Princess. Assignment Mermaid. Assignment Tyrant's Bride by Will Be Aaron's. And that's it for all the assignment series as well. Yeah, really happy to have all those. I have probably about half of the assignment series, or a little bit over half. I might have about 20 to go, so still quite a lot to get. All right, so I also got some other spy action type stuff. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. by Michael Avallone, or is it Avallone? The Man from U.N.C.L.E. number 2, The Doomsday Affair by Harry Whittington. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. number 4, The Stone Cold Dead in the Market Affair by John Oram. Number 5, The Finger in the Sky Affair by Peter Leslie. Number 8, The Mad Scientist Affair by John T. Philippant. Number 13, The Corfu Affair by John T. Philippant again. Okay, that was all the Man from U.N.C.L.E.s. I also got a couple of Nick Carter Killmasters. The Z document. Now I looked up who did the 2 that I got here just to see if it was anyone that I'd heard of, and it isn't. So I don't know these writers. It's Homer H. Morris was the actual writer, I think. The Ultimate Code, and the actual writer is William Odell. Now this is just information I got from Wikipedia, so who knows if it's accurate, but I think those were the ghostwriters. I got a J.E. McDonnell, Come Die With Me. This is an Australian author, which is why I picked it up. I thought it was going to be a war novel. I'm reading it right now, and actually it's much closer to like a James Bond style spy thriller. Really, really pulpy and kind of badly written so far. I saw quite a few other novels by this guy. I don't know if they're all spy novels like that. But yeah, I could have grabbed many more, and based on the quality of this one, I'm glad I didn't. So, I don't know. I'll give him another chance eventually, but this is not convincing me. Peter O'Donnell, Last Day in Limbo, which is a Modesty Blaise novel. I think this is a double. I think I've got this already. Oh well. Edgar Rice Burroughs, Tarzan of the Apes. So this is the first Tarzan. Maybe I should have put this in my science fiction fantasy pile. I don't know. I guess these are just action novels. Getting into a bit of sleaze, I think. Kill Her With Love by Rod Gray, which is the lady from L.U.S.T. Yeah, sounds silly. Cool. Bit more sleaze. We got The Further Experiences of Emmanuel. Now I don't have the first one, and this is a sequel. So, I don't know. I guess I've got to find the first one somewhere. Okay, getting into private eye crime mystery type things rather than spy. I've got The Golden Child novelization by George C. Chesbrough. John D. MacDonald, Death Trap. Ed McBain, The Heckler. Robert E. Vardaman, Death Channels. I picked this one up because it was a psychic investigator, so something a bit stranger. Yeah, I couldn't resist it. And when I was just looking up Nick Carter before, the Killmaster series, Robert E. Vardaman did used to write for that. So there's another connection. Not really sure what this one is, just looked cool. The Honest Dealer by Frank Gruber, which is a Johnny Fletcher mystery. I've never heard of it. The Enforcer by Ovid Damaris. The French Connection by Robin Moore. So this is like a crime thriller type thing, right? I've just heard the movie's great. I don't know anything about the book. This looks like a political thriller. Deep as the Marrow by Colin Andrews, who is F. Paul Wilson. Dan J. Marlowe, The Vengeance Man. This looks like a revenge thriller. Like Targets or something. Hank Searles, The Penetrators. The Taking of Pelham 123 by John Gotti. I just watched the movie of this a few days ago. It was awesome. Really interested in reading the book. Hard to tell what the title of this one is. Conrad Vos Bach, The Big Wave, The Day London Collapsed. Like a disaster thriller. King's Gambit by George C. Chesborough. Looks like a political thriller set in the chess world, which is intriguing. Okay, I have some westerns here. Drift by Marshall Grover. This is a Larry and Stretch book. Um, Now, this was a long running series. Um, so there's hundreds of Larry and Stretch novels. They're all real short. It says number one here, but I don't think this is actually the first one that was published. I think these are reprints from the early 80s. And I think this one just happens to be the first of the reprints. So, not necessarily the first that Marshall Grover actually wrote. The history of Larry and Stretch and which novels came first, it's a bit of a mess. I've got quite a few of these reprints, but I've also got earlier presses, like earlier printings. So maybe I'll try to work out in what order they were written at some point. Um, but yeah, maybe not. Maybe I won't bother. I read this one already. It was pretty good. Very simple story, but it was effective and a little bit of humor in there as well. Yeah, it was good. Definitely interested in checking out more Marshall Grover. We've got Larry and Stretch number 50, Noon Train to Breslau. Larry and Stretch number 73, Lone Star Lucky. Larry and Stretch number 74, Kid Wichita. Then I've got some of the earlier printings. So Born to Drift by Marshall Grover, which is a Larry and Stretch. Now it says number 594 there. I don't think it's the 594th Larry and Stretch novel. I think it's the 594th Cougar Western. Yep. Hammer's Horde by Marshall Grover, another Larry and Stretch book. Then I've got a Louis L'Amour, The Burning Hills. I've read this one already as well, and it was really good. I've got an anthology, which is edited by Peter Haining. So authors that I know, Max Brand, Zane Grey, Louis L'Amour. I've read their westerns before. And yeah, some other names in there that I definitely want to check out too. And last thing I've got here is not even really a book. It's a I don't know what you'd call this, novelette. Sonora Sundown by Brett Waring. Yeah. So it's like a little magazine type thing. And I noticed at the back they've got, hang on. So Cleveland Publishing. I noticed in the back they've got a list of many, many Marshall Grover books, plus a few other westerns as well. Alright, that's it for part 1. In part 2, I'm going to go through all the horror that I bought in June. Alright, see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.